Hello and welcome, my dear Pisces. This is Ron from Terra of the Twin Sun. Welcome to the channel. Terra of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you to the channel. We are here in pursuit of occult knowledge to figure out and discern through a tool known as the Great Mirror, which is devised in order to see the karmas that may exist between you and a significant other. This does not have to exist between you and a significant other. However, if it does, please use your discernment in order to understand the lesser or greater complexity of your situation, okay? The significant other can be a person, place, or thing, or perhaps something that you're working mm, on many different levels, consciously, unconsciously, or subconsciously, however you like to cut it. I'll also be seeing the bridge and certain challenges that exist between you and the certain other, and of course, modes of karma that actively take place there. Okay? The 12th house is open. And the 12th house is the house of dissolution, as well as the greater sort of encompassing of ascension in terms of how deep we can go. It is the sea of binary information that we may see as Maya or the collective Neptunian sort of melange that colors our so-called realities. These are emotive potentials as well as very spiritual potentials that we will see within the cards. Okay, and the 12th house is open. Um, Also, I am working from a deck known as the Tyla deck, and it's 131 years old. I have two of these, and we'll go ahead and work from one of them in order to see the Great Mirror. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the seventh house is triggered here with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, this has to do with clarity of thoughts. That has to do with Mercury. Okay, the mind coming up with a choice, dealing with polarities. Perhaps you have two options when it comes to certain paths that have to do with realities. Okay, two potential realities, choosing one of them. Mm? In a way, this is you disregarding the sort of inevitability of it all, determining for yourself as opposed to being a slave to determinism. This also could be the other party, the significant other. They could be dealing with a path of karma that they are rebelling against, or perhaps they are realizing that both are the same. There is a sense of imbalance here, or perhaps imperfection, and that might irk either one of you. I think more the other party. Okay. Um, Perhaps this is why you are creating a certain boundary Perhaps you feel that they might tip over the scales and disorganize something that you've been protecting in terms of your path. This could be another party outside of something that you are regularly affiliated with in terms of commitments. Okay. Um, yeah, but I think you also have ulterior or alternative modes of really trying to idealize new paths. Perhaps a big part of you is holding back essentially something in order to find a sense of purity in terms of health or in terms of your own capacities, in terms of where you can place your resources. Um, and perhaps there's a healthy choice in actually going back but then moving forward in a way that might be um, sort of retroactive or some sort of difficulty in terms of trying to make space or parlay with the other party. Um, there is also a sort of mode of action or a karma, a cycle that spins that is perhaps difficult in terms of maintaining balance or order within your actual current status, okay? Whether that's familial or whether that is familiar in some sort of way, there is a need for you to partition and stand your ground. And also, there's something about you that irks and wants to sort of move and create some sort of balance, but do not act within the state of pure courage. There's something about it that requires you to understand some of the more grounding aspects around your situation that have to do with immediacy and trying to maintain your footing. Okay. Strong Virgo energy there, by the way. Okay, this is you. This is the other here. Fives on the conscious level. Okay, this has to do with separation or perhaps distance, trying to maintain a sense of purity within it all, letting go of certain things that have to do with commitments, letting go of regrets on their end, especially when it comes to the conscious level. What emerges between you two is the Ace of Pentacle in reverse. Okay, this is a type of. It's one of two things. Okay, this has to do with emotional complexes that that ground the situation, that create fortification, that create a fortress. Okay, or perhaps a prison. Really depends. There's a conservative aspect around this that has to do with strife when it comes to resources, when it comes to time, especially strife, trying to maintain a sense of dignity or grace within this. Also, a need to find balance. Okay, balance through conservative ideals, to conservative ways of maintaining what you have, what you can possess. Okay, and this comes in ahead with what they are also going through. Perhaps they have gone through some form. The significant other might have gone through some form of depravity or loss, but now they are sort of getting over that. Okay, and that's a good thing. On the deeper aspects, okay, this constitutes double aces here: Ace of Rods as well as Ace of Pentacles. Um, This constitutes fours again. The four, another pentacle, four pentacles. Yeah, the four. A need to find a way to conserve your energies. Okay, is very strongly resonant here. Okay, there is something about the way the way fortune turns out. Perhaps you're waiting for good fortune, waiting for a way to balance out. But there is difficulty in doing that, considering the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse between you and this other, meaning that there's either a secret beginning or some sort of hidden sun that is just around the horizon. A great amount of darkness when it comes to this reality, harshness, but then also some sort of healing reparation on their end. There's a spiritual path here that has to do with trying to merge the great ether beyond and terra firma, the earthly aspects, the earthly qualities, trying to ground certain things, okay? A mode of depravity circles this reading, and loss and grief within that, but also processing that, getting over it. There also is a possibility of, um, if you take the right time, some sort of great fortune to come your way and give you a sense of what is missing in terms of the great lesson of it all. What is essentially coming over and giving you the invisible hand to understand what is going on in terms of the greater orchestration of things. Okay. Mm, that's good coffee. Um, Lots of Aquarian energy, lots of Uranus here, okay? That's sort of what's being shook up here. An element of chaos, trying to prevent oneself from chaos, the motivations of love and new beginnings as well, trying to protect that which you idealize in terms of reality, walking by your ideals and standing firm and moving away from this other energy in order to be true to your values, your core essence, okay? Very spiritual undertone to here that has to do with the movement towards the energy of Virgo, the energy of purity, conveyance of also being a connoisseur or a type of curator of your thoughts as well as your paths, your methods, okay? But because of all this Uranus energy, as well as the Hanged Man, Saturn, and Neptune, there's a need to feel or emote something when it comes to this chaos, okay? With them having the Four of Cups in the horizontal, in the horizon as well, the Five of Cups in their conscious mind. There's something here that has to do with being able to detach, big time, detach from emotional complexes that they may have been suffering under, okay? There also is something that they want to understand about you, even though the realities have not been totally grounded. There's something abstract about this situation. There is a sea of information that you understand, that you have knowledge of, and you have two major arcana here, the High Priestess as well as Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. There's something about this mystery that encompasses the reading, that encompasses the subconscious and unconscious mind within your part of the mirror that is difficult to replicate. And in fact, they want to understand it. But there's something about you that is not giving in terms of it. There's something also that is watching over you. And if you let it, it will give guidance to this other party and to yourself. Okay? Um, what is emerging out of this is a need to express fire. That is the key quality of Martian energy, action, that needs to be taken on their half, but they don't want to. Excuse me. And not only that, you are seeking fortune elsewhere. You are going elsewhere in order to find this drive that propels you away. But there's this sort of interplay on the subconscious, unconscious mind that has to do with the Ace of Rods as well as the rods that the Queen holds, okay? Leonic energy here. So it is a bit of a mystery, but on the deeper aspect of it, you are rising up in terms of, or sitting down in terms and standing within your value system, within the great mystery of the High Priestess, okay? Holding your secrets, whatever they may be, holding the knowledge that is of a spiritual undertone, and it is indeed transforming them, and that is something that you want on a very deep level. But there's a lot of processing that they have, a lot of emotions, and some sort of grounding that you need in order for this to work out. For the time being, the Ace of Pentacles indicates a lack of that. But with the Ace of Rods, there is a type of manifestation of passion that comes from the Hanged Man. Okay, very interesting reading, which could imply many things. The advice is to go forward and stand by your values, no matter how ridiculous they may be, and perhaps there is something that you can give in terms of knowledge. Okay, this is a quest for knowledge. With all this fire energy, the quest for knowledge is being sought out here. They also have something to teach you in terms of the depth of emotional complexities that are transforming through the rays of the sun, as well as through plutonic energy. Okay, and that is the realm of mystery. That is the realm of the eighth house. Okay, the tower moment that they're going through, that they've always been going through, is something that you cannot prevent, and it's something that they have to go through. And as the high priestess, you should know that already. That is for the energy of Pisces. Please take care. Bye bye.